Shalom, Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahushai, Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahushai, Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahushai, Kol Halamla Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kakadash, and double honor to the apostles, elders, and brothers on Dawn and Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother I Banyamian, here to share another video. This one, I'll simply call it Tough Times. I was going through a few articles, as well as what I see on the street, what people talk about, with the current financial situation, with the price increases and stuff, and what I see, paying at the groceries and stuff. Things are definitely going up, because I remember when I went to the grocery, it would cost me about $60 to buy everything I need. Now it's double that. It's like $120, $130, right? And that is just groceries. You know what I'm saying? So things are definitely going up. So I just want to share this article and give edification through the scriptures. Using the scriptures, right, to help edify the whole elect. You know what I mean? And we're gonna close it out. You know what I mean? That said, with these rate increases, is nothing to be afraid of, because we are all being affected by it. Some more so than others, and as the days and months go on, things are gonna get much more tighter. So even though the article itself might be bad news, it can also be used as a faith booster to help yourselves, myself first and foremost, to build up that spiritual treasury with Yahweh Yahushai. So when these things get extremely worse, right, or terrible, that we will have an anchor in the spirit to keep our minds, though we're gonna lose things, or may not be able to afford things in the coming days. Like we do now, you know what I'm saying? So take this article as a faith boost as well, to urge you to cry upon the Lord and to fear and obey the Lord and have a relationship with Him, just like you're in a relationship with your husband or your wife or whatever. They look out for you, right? So in like manner, Yahweh Yahushai is gonna look out for us. Lord willing, we be of the elect. All right. So source of the article is CNN Business. It was uploaded on Friday, June 17th, which is about 6-7 days ago. Title is here's what the Fed rate hike means for your salary. And I'm gonna continue on. I may try to play that video at some point if I can. San Francisco CNN Business, it says American workers have seen their wages climb faster than any time since the mid-90s. Now, before I continue reading that, I just want to share a portion of scripture real quick. Since we are in these times, it's imperative that we bring our time, prophecy, you know what I'm saying? Because Yahweh came in the spirit of prophecy. So I just want to share that scripture real quick. This is when when he was talking to the angel, John's talking to the angel, right? Yeah, so it says Revelation 19:10, it says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship Yahweh the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is a spirit of prophecy, right? So, Yahushua, he told us of these things that was going to happen in these days. So we come in his spirit, right, and his testimony is a spirit of prophecy. So I just wanted to share that real quick, especially in these last days, right? We are pushing prophecy, and it says this is the year of the turn up, as coined by Elder Apostle Taha. Things are gonna continue to increase. So continuing on, it says American workers have seen their wages climb faster than at any time since the mid 1980s, but inflation has risen so fast that workers have actually been handed a pay cut instead. Yeah, so the thing about it, how often do you get raises? What, every year, every annually? Or if you have a performance based job, you might get paid before that year is up, depending on sales, or or quarterly, or or whatever. But with the inflation, it's like every couple of days things go up. So you may look at you was making the minimum wage, right? And then your company increase you pay to like $15 an hour, to $13 or $15 an hour. You might look at it as a big thing, but with the inflation, food prices are going up every day, every 2 days. 50 cents here, $1 there. Gasoline, rents and everything. So when you look at it by, you tally up how much you make for the week, your 40 hours, your overtime and stuff like that, and what is being taken out with the services you got to pay for, right? It's like, it's defeating the mean. It's meaningless, There's more of a price cut than a wage increase. I think there's a script here for that, which I'll find. Saying, bro, I should already know this is Haggai 1:6, right? Says, he have sown much, the hard work, man. You have sown much and bring in little. He eat, but you have not enough. The money is stretching, man. He drink, but he are not filled with drink. He clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it in a bag with holes. So it's never enough, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's evident, some people are cutting out certain entertainment services. Some parents are putting aside a meal or skipping a meal so that their children can be fed. These are things that are happening in America, where people never considered, such a thing could happen here. You know what I'm saying? But it's all evident now. So people are no longer laughing at those Somalians with those big stomachs, man. I remember on TV they used to show you, those are hungry, Somalians with the flies and stuff buzzing around their face and around their mouth, and they using their hand to shoot the flies and stuff like that. That may be the case here, man. So people are no longer laughing at those things because it's here now, and it's among the Edomites. You know what I mean? How much times have changed? All right, continuing on. It says every time inflation ticks up, it takes a bite out of workers' pay and threw away at their bank accounts. And this current stretch of inflation, triggered by the confluence of events, including the war in Ukraine and the ongoing pandemic, has a voracious appetite. That word voracious, it's like, like when you're really hungry and you're going, you're digging in with the food. Or some more evidence is like when a lion or alligator has a spray, how rigorously, or they use it voracious. They angrily eat at their chew at their prey. Is in like manner. Right, so it is with the inflation. It threw in a way at people income. It says, no, I would say this though with the inflation is fair, because when they print all this money and they send the money overseas, um, the top people that get the first hand of the money, they benefit from it. But when the inflation kick in, the working class people, they see the price hikes and stuff, because of the because of the inflation, because of the quantity of the currency that is out there. And that is also an unfair measurement, right? The Lord talk about how he hate imbalance, and it's really a transfer of wealth. These people at the top that control these systems, they benefit from it. But you and I that are working, we may have a little small business or whatever, and it's trying to make something of ourselves. We are the ones that truly pay financially and emotionally as well. These things leads to anxiety and depression. So to what Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kakadash, for keeping us in these last days, though we may be poor and lowly, may he keep our minds. You know what I'm saying? So I want to read that quick in I think it's in Proverbs, man. Yeah, Proverbs 11:1. It says, "A false balance is an abomination to the Most High, but a just way is his delight." You know what I mean? So these things that they are doing, for one is beneficial, but for other people it's not. So it's a form of trickery. So people are thinking they need more wage increases. You know what I mean? When that is not the case, is the people at the top that control the financial system, they are diluting the money, causing the poor to feel inflation. So this is even a commandment. The Lord say he hate this. He hate false it's abomination unto him. But if he would do right, the Lord delight in it. You know what I'm saying? But this is why, man. These things, a lot of people, they don't want to hear it. They want to be able to continue in the society. But we need the Lord to come, man. And when he come back, he's going to be angry. So don't be surprised in the next coming weeks and months, the judgment that is going to be falling on people, because a lot of wickedness is happening in society that we don't even know about. Only this information is privy to the Lord and his angels. You know what I'm saying? So we have to harden our heart at the judgments and stuff that is coming on the face of the earth, because there's a lot of wickedness going on here. We need the Lord to redeem us, to save us in these last days. So even though we may lose things, man, Lord says he's gonna give it back to us, in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Reading on, it says that has meant wage hikes have actually turned into losses, with the latest inflation report showing consumer prices shot up by 8.6% for the year ending in May. As a result, the average consumer is having to cough up an estimated $460 more each month than they did at this time last year to pay for the same goods and services, according to Moody's Analytics. Additionally, search from the University of Michigan found that real disposable income per capita is on track to show the greatest year decline since 1932. So people, they do all that extra money, you know what I mean? They do have that extra money to spend, because you all see, what it did, what a lot of subscribers did with the Netflix thing that they had. A lot of them, they cut it, because prices of things was going up. So while the customers, they cut it to save money, Netflix itself, they they let a lot of people go. You know what I'm saying? So you see how it works and how things turn out. So the customers, they try to save money, to put that money other things, probably bills or healthcare or whatever. And the workers that was providing the services to the customers, they end up losing their jobs in last part, because there's less customers to manage. There's less work, so the company, in order to save on their overhead, they let a lot of people go. So there's a trigger long effect. So while you trying to nickel and dime certain things, there's other things going on in the background where other people are losing their jobs and stuff. So nothing is secure in this system, man. Nothing is secure in this world. We need to rely on Yahweh Shai. So like I said in the beginning, even though the article may sound sad, take this opportunity to take what is being read with the article and with the scriptures to help that push, man, for you to have a closer relationship with the Most High, because His power is the only way we're gonna be able to endure these things. You know what I mean? As we continue, in this world, and as things get more difficult. So continuing on, it says, making matters worse for U.S. workers is the Federal Reserve, which has embarked on a rate hiking campaign aiming not only taming inflation but wage growth too. When the Fed meets and makes a policy decision, most people are not getting that what the Fed is saying: you are making too much money, your wages are rising too fast, and we need to slow the demand for labor. So you're gonna have a lot of job losses too behind it, and we need to slow wage increases, said William Spriggs, an economist professor at Howard University in Washington, D.C., the chief economist for the AFL-CIO labor union. Yeah, man, with the cutting of these things and less spending, you're gonna have a lot of worker shortage. All right. But all these things that they are doing, you're still, the poor is still suffering. Esau words is like butter. You really can't trust anything that he says. I was talking about the just weight balances earlier in Proverbs 11:1. You know what I mean? All these things that Esau is doing is still to further keep the poor in in a downward state. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna read another commandment in Ezekiel 45:10. This pertains to ways and measurement. Now, what Esau is doing, he is falsely tipping the scale where they benefit, from the money that the newly money that they created, right? But then when it trickles down to you, you are the one holding the bag of inflation and high prices. You know what I mean? So in Ezekiel 45:10, it says, "Ye shall have just balances, and a just ephah, and a just bath." Right? So these are ways of measurement. But we just go into it really quick. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna go into ephah.
Strong's 374. Ephah. Ephah.
Okay. Alright, so it says point A, it says a dry measure of quantity equal to 3 seahs, 10 omers, the same as a liquid measure bath, about 9 imperial gallons. Rabbinical writings give size of 1/2 of this amount. In part B, it says the receptacle for measuring or holding the amount. So this is like a scale, you know what I'm saying? And what's the other one? The other one was Abat, right? Let's see if they pronounce it the same way.
Strong's H1324. Bath.
Oh, okay, bath. And the Bible usage down here, it says bath, a unit of liquid measure equal to dry measure, ephah, about 9 imperial gallons or 40 liters. All right, so there's another unit of measure. So Esau doesn't operate justly. You know what I'm saying? Now if he did, the Lord would be pleased with it, but these people is wicked. Now I ain't gonna read the whole article, but a lot of the woes, since most people live paycheck to paycheck, right? A lot of these woes could be remedied if people were paid their their daily wages, and it could also help when they have to negotiate with their landlords or whatever, rather than waiting for the lump sum every 2 weeks or every month or whatever. They could negotiate with people, with their landlords, like, look, I can pay at the end of the day. And that's a commandment that he should follow, since he's the one who learned most of the jobs and paying people. These are things that he should follow. So like I was saying, let's say you're dealing with your landlord or whatever, you could negotiate every day, like, look, again, $500 at the end of the day, I could give you 3 out of that $500. You know what I mean? And negotiate, how you're gonna move and doing all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And most people, they wouldn't turn down if you're giving them something. As long as you're giving them something every day, they wouldn't turn it down. You know what I'm saying? But Esau, in his wickedness, he rather save money, because I think it's cheaper for a company to pay you every week, 2 weeks or a month, than paying you, your wages every day. So it's cheaper for them. Same thing like if you go for surgery, right, and you need one of those pain killing medication that they give you, and until you're fully healed or whatever, the insurance companies, they would rather you have like a 30-day or 2-month subscription or something like that, where it would save them money compared to if you go in like every 2 weeks or every month, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But that's an actual law in the book of Deuteronomy, the 24th chapter. These are things that will help people, man, but we dealing with the wicked here, and it ain't gonna happen, man. You're looking at them for vain hope, false hope, man. So in Deuteronomy 24 and 15, it says, at this day thou shalt give him his hire, neither shall the sun go down upon it, for he is poor and setteth his heart upon it. Yeah, okay, you're looking for your need, you know what I mean? Lest he cry against thee unto the Lord, and it be a sin unto thee. So brothers and sisters, you all have power, man, you know what I'm saying? The hardships that you're catching, you know what I'm saying? Cry upon the Lord more, man. We want the Lord. He already coming angry, but you know what I mean? We want him come super angry when he come, you know what I mean? So he could judge this place, man. And even before he come, you know what I mean? We want to see judgments, man. You know what I'm saying? But reading in the NLT before I close, it says, you must pay. Same thing, Deuteronomy 24 and 15 says, you must pay them their wages each day before the sun set, because they are poor and counting on it. If you don't, they might cry out to the Lord, Yahweh against you, and it would be counted against you as sin. So that's power that we have, man. Because we are the poor, man. You know what I'm saying? So Lord willing, this lesson 85, like I said, may call it this one tough times, man. You know what I mean? So even though, the article that speaks about the bad, take this opportunity to have that relationship with Yahweh when we would not be able to afford the things that we can do now. Now the thing with these articles, it's gonna change as the month go, because the Fed say they're gonna increase the rates several times this year. You know what I mean? So new articles on these things is gonna come out, and Lord willing, I'm here to report on it. Other brothers will too as well. All right, so stay tuned. This is your brother Rai Banyamian, and I say shalom.